Shall we have a little look at what the papers are saying this morning, Gabby? Let's go through them with Tesco Mobile for Business. They're doing the Samba at the City Ground.
Has to score, Gibbs White. Very slow run up. And it's saved! Bree Samba makes a save! Nottingham Forest have done it! They're off to Wembley for a playoff final! The first time they will grace the National Stadium since 1992.
Yeah, Nottingham Forest booked their place in the playoff final with Huddersfield on May the 29th. So what's that, 11 days away? It's live and exclusive for you on talkSPORT. Congratulations to Nottingham Forest fans. Yep. Unfortunately, we have to cover a really ugly incident that happened on the pitch as well. Yep. Sheffield United's Billy Sharp, he required stitches. This was really nasty. And I have to use the word allegedly. You know how it works with ramifications and legalities and all that sort of stuff. He was allegedly assaulted by a spectator. We've all seen it. It's been revealed this morning that man has been arrested. And what you can see from the clip that is going around on social media is someone taking an almighty run up and headbutting Billy Sharp, completely blindsiding Billy Sharp. It is so uncomfortable to watch. Sheffield United boss Paul Heckingbottom, he spoke after the incident and gave this update on his striker.
He's okay now, he's shook up. It's a disgrace. We've got it on camera.
He's okay.
Yeah, he's shook up. Yeah, he's stitches. He's knocked to the ground. He's headbutted. He's minding his own business. It's our place of work, and we're not safe. And we see it every Monday night. You watch Monday night football. You might watch Sunday afternoons, Friday night, whatever we watch him. Experience it today. Things thrown at you on the side of the pitch invasions, and every commentator, everyone. It's unsafe for the player. Players' safety is at risk. Nothing's ever been done. But we'll make sure something will be done about this, without a doubt. We've got it, and if it has to be us as a football club, then we'll do it.
Okay, there you go. Unfortunately, we should be talking about Nottingham Forest's huge win. The fact that they're through to the next stage, I just can't. I can't get my head around this, Gabs. I watch these pitch invasions, and like we say, we've got to be careful how we tread with this because it's now an active case, and you don't want to influence any future proceedings. For example, if it goes to court, you don't want to be sued for influencing a jury or have the case thrown out, more like for influencing a jury on this. But we can have the conversation about pitch invasions because visually, they look cool, don't they? Sometimes we're like, wow, that looks great. Everyone's running onto the pitch. But for players and for officials and for other fans as well, it's really dangerous. And this is an example of where it can go horribly wrong and people are completely lawless on that pitch. Yeah. You've had that situation before, right?
Yeah, I remember we played Birmingham City in the, I think it's the Carling Cup it was called back then, and they beat us at their place. I could see the fans getting ready to run onto the pitch, and I'm on the opposite side to the tunnel. So I'm thinking, like, me who scored like so many goals against them, if I get caught on this pitch, like they'll probably pick me up and like throw me around the pitch for a couple of hours before the police could save you. So I'm thinking I have to get to this tunnel. So like literally the whistle went, and I don't think I've ever sprinted as fast down the tunnel just before the fans managed to get to me. And another incident when we played West Bromwich Albion at home, I think it was a semi-final of the FA Cup, we'd won. I could see the Villa fans getting ready to come on. So I'm good friends with Craig Gardner, who left Aston Villa to go to Birmingham City, our rivals, then went to West Brom. And I said to him when we was on the benches, because we both got subbed off, go down now. So I got him to go down to the tunnel early. Because you don't know what fans are going to do. That's the problem. And sometimes it might even be the player that plays for the team that the fans are coming on for. Doesn't mean that because you're playing for instance, last night, Nottingham Forest, that every fan's going to love you. Yeah. You know, you might have like upset a fan so it is very dangerous, and they need to put more stewards, more police, and maybe more punishment for the clubs that allow the fans to get on the pitch, because you can stop them. I feel like it's become a thing where, let the fans on, it's a big occasion, but it needs to stop. Yeah.
The thing is, when we were discussing this outside, weren't we? Yeah. And we were saying, like, what do you do to stop something like this? Because the stewards that are working these games are probably paid minimum wage. Yeah. They don't have experience in physically stopping people.
Don't be stampled on, do they, as well? Like...
Yeah. They're actually outnumbered as well. Yeah. They might be university students, they might be college students, they might be older men and women, and they're not trained to physically stop somebody from running through them.
Yep.
And what are you going to do? You're trying to stop half a stadium running onto the pitch
Exactly.
at your own, at the risk of your own safety. Do you ask for more help from the police?
Police,
do you then,
police. We've got to do it.
And do they have enough resources?
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I think certain games you're going to expect it. It's not going to be every game, is it? It happens in big games, so they would have known that would have happened last night. You know, if they'd won the game. And there's League One playoffs, still League Two playoffs to play, isn't there? The same thing's going to happen in them games, so now they can prepare themselves for it, add more police, and stop it happening. Because we seen it, didn't we, with the incident with Jack Grealish against Birmingham City when the fan ran on and swung through him and missed. You know, it's dangerous for players, and horribly for Billy Sharp now. He's had to have stitches, shook up, and that shouldn't happen. You should feel safe at work, you know.
After your game where the pitch invasion happened, that was a late kickoff, wasn't it? That
Yeah,
one?
late kickoff.
And that was the last time they had one of those late kickoffs.
Yeah, last time. Yeah.
And in the game with Grealish, same fixture, but
it was an
earlier kickoff.
Yeah. And obviously one fan, sometimes they can get past, you know, stewards. But I just think that such big games, you know, derby games and big games like last night should be maybe earlier kickoffs on weekends, for instance.
Just had a message as well saying, morning Laura, stewards should be more qualified. Most clubs take on students with no experience. I just wonder whether if you try to get more qualified stewards, I agree that that is definitely an option, but is there a lack of people applying for these jobs? Because it's essentially, why would I want to go to my job in my workplace where actually I'm under, like, it's quite dangerous to work that. If it were me, for example, as a woman, and I wanted to go and be a steward,
of course,
I could be quite intimidated
but
by
I think as well,
the pitch
Laura,
invasion.
if there was a punishment of you're getting banned for life if you come run on the pitch, fans aren't going to do it. They love their clubs. They're not going to risk not being able to go back to the city ground. So that's all it is.
How do you implement, like, when you're saying get them banned for life, when you see the sheer volume of people running onto the pitch?
I think there was a League One or League Two game where they done a protest recently, and the owners of the club said everyone who was on that pitch protesting are going to be banned. Yeah, I think it was, wasn't it? So I think they can now with cameras and CCTV. Surely they can, but they need to, because you can't have another incident for like last night. Now, if it happens and fans are on the pitch, players are going to run. You know what I mean? You're running for your life to get off the pitch now after you've seen what happened last night.
It would be interesting to speak to somebody about this, even somebody from the FA or somebody high up that can explain how these things can get sorted. Because I think now, if it was uncomfortable before, this is so unacceptable. It's beyond the realms of anywhere near acceptable.
Your team just won, and they're going to Wembley. Should be celebrating the happiest moment in Nottingham Forest for the last how many years. Got a chance to get promoted. Like, they're taking the shine off, like, probably for me, Nottingham Forest getting back to where they deserve to be, the Premier League. Yeah.
That fan as well, Forrester said he'd be banned for life. So at least he's been identified, he's been arrested, banned for life. Billy Sharp, we hope he's okay. These kind of things, of course, he's had stitches, but like his manager said,
put yourself in his shoes.
Yeah, horrendous.
Your team that you love, one of their best ever players, you've lost in a semi-final of the playoffs. You're devastated. You're probably standing on the side of the pitch. You can't accept the fact that you've lost. You're devastated, and you get that flying headbutt. Like, you're probably in the change room thinking, like, did that really happen?
Yeah, horrendous.
Shocking.
It doesn't represent all Forest fans as well, I have to say. And while we have to speak about this situation, we also say, look, congratulations to Forest and everything that they've achieved this season. And it is just a shame that one individual idiot has caused such a massive problem and such an uproar and assaulted Billy Sharp, essentially. We'll keep you updated with this as soon as we hear more from it.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.